You never actually ended up playing a regular season game for the Broncos, right?
That is true. That is true.
Mm.
I got drafted, like I said, 10th round, and we're up to training camp. I was a receiver and return specialist. I returned punts, kicks, whatever they had to do with getting the ball to me. I would do, except center, of course. Um, but I love kickoff. Excuse me, I like kickoff. I love punt return. Absolutely love punt returns. And I like receiver. Um, but yeah, you give me a punt return, and yeah, it could be nasty for the other team.
Clear the way. Because, of course, after I think what, year two is when you ended up winning that Super Bowl? Was that year three for you?
It was actually year two because we had started out. Unfortunately, we started out 0-5 with Washington. And then we ended up on a run where we won eight of our next 11 games and ended up 8-8. And then the following year, we went on and won the Super Bowl.
And before we talk about that Super Bowl, I want to know what it was like for you getting cut from the Broncos. I believe you told me you got cut after that very first preseason game. Didn't really know why, just kind of the business. What happens after that? What is the journey that gets you to Washington after you're cut by the Broncos?
Well, what happened after that, I got my ticket to come home. Um, but what I did, instead of going back to my hometown, I went to Montgomery, Alabama at that time. And it was closer to Troy, so if I needed to get there and go work out, I could. Um, I just stayed in shape, running and doing all the things that I could to so that if I had another opportunity, I would be ready for it. I don't know if that would have happened if I had gone back to my hometown. Who knows? But the route that I took was the best at that time, I felt, and it proved to be the right choice.
So when you get that call from Washington, they just end up reaching out to you. Like, how do you end up in Washington?
Well, what happened? I that year, I had gotten a phone call to come and do a workout. I think it was the Saints, the Jets, and Washington. And the Jets only wanted me as either a punt returner or a receiver. And the same thing with New Orleans. So, but Washington was going to allow me to do both. My agent and I said, that's probably the best option. So we chose to go to Washington, and it proved to be the right choice.
Was there a world during that time when you're trying to keep yourself ready at Troy, you're training? Was there a time when you thought that maybe your NFL career was over? Like, was there ever a time when you had doubt or wondered, like, man, what am I doing here? Is this going to work out?
I actually did not have that doubt. I felt that my skills uh, were able. I was able. I was going to be able to fit in somewhere, either like I said, as a kick returner, a punt returner, or a receiver. Now I'm only 5'8". Well, now I'm 5'7", but 5'8". And at that time, you don't find that many smaller receivers in the NFL. But my determination, I feel, uh, made me bigger than what I was.
Mm.